back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very interesting episode of Marvel's Avengers 101. So at the time of this recording, the very much anticipated War Table live stream does in fact take place tomorrow at 10 AM Pacific Standard Time. But before Square Enix decides to fully showcase everything that they want to provide for the fans to witness for the Avengers during the stream, they did provide us a very in-depth article about Marvel's Avengers progression on next-gen systems, primarily with that of the PlayStation 5. Because previously, we did know that Marvel's Avengers was going to be a multi-platform game that you can play on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Google Stadia. Now, we also knew from previous statements coming directly from the head of the Crystal Dynamics studio himself, of Scott Amos, that gamers will be able to experience enhancements of Marvel's Avengers if they do in fact play it on the PlayStation 5, which he did analyze a few months ago. However, at the time of his statement, we all assumed that he was referring to the backwards compatibility features that the PlayStation 5 is capable of. But as this news indicates, it looks like the game is actually fully going to release as a cross-gen title for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 at launch. Plus, given a slight update from Game Informer's Twitter page, they also indicated that Marvel's Avengers will also be a launch title on the Xbox Series X as well. So no matter which next-gen console you are planning on getting, whether that be the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, you will be able to play Marvel's Avengers on it, with the addition of next-gen upgrades offered for free on both of the consoles. But to read the official statements coming directly from the Marvel's Avengers Twitter page and the official PlayStation blog website, they go on to state the following. We're proud to announce that Marvel's Avengers will be available on PS5 when the console launches holiday 2020. Owners of the PS4 version will get the PS5 version for free. #reassemble. Now, even though I still am a little confused as to exactly how that will work, depending if you do decide to buy the game digitally or physically, we will dive into those details a little bit later. But as the information continues directly on the PS blog website, the following article was written directly by Gary Snethin, who is actually the Chief Technology Officer at Crystal Dynamics. And as he goes on to say, I became a serious game development hobbyist when I was a kid, and I've worked as a professional game developer for the past 18 years. I'm now the Chief Technology Officer at Crystal Dynamics, where I am working with a brilliant and passionate development team on Marvel's Avengers. Throughout my life, there has been little that excites me as much as getting my hands on a next-generation video game console, and PS5 is no exception. I have had the tremendous pleasure and privilege of having a PS5 development kit on my desk for some time. When we received our first few kits, I rushed to put an engineering team on the task of creating a PS5 version of Marvel's Avengers as quickly as possible. I wanted to push Foundation, which is our proprietary game engine, to its limits on PS5 and see what it could do. Take a look at what we've accomplished so far. And attached to Gary's statement is 4 brand new 4K screenshots of Marvel's Avengers in action on the PlayStation 5 system. So if you're someone like me who thought the overall visual aesthetic of Marvel's Avengers both on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One did leave a lot of room for improvement, hopefully these brand new screenshots of the Avengers in action on the PS5 do improve your outlook on the game just a little bit. And for me personally, while I'm still not a fan of the primary costume designs that all the Avengers have within the game, I do have to say that the graphic quality does look a lot better on the PS5 version. And that specific adjustment was pointed out within the article itself, where Gary goes on to state the following. The PS5 greatly lifts the performance and graphics bar for consoles. The new GPU allows us to increase our texture resolution, push a higher level of detail farther from the player, enhance our ambient occlusion, improve our anisotropic filtering, and add a variety of new graphics features such as stochastic screen space reflections with contact-aware sharpening. And basically, if you don't understand what any of this techno mumbo jumbo means, just know that the game is going to look really, really good on the PlayStation 5. And alongside of the high visual quality that Marvel's Avengers will have on the PlayStation 5, Gary goes on to state that you will in fact have a plethora of options in order to choose the best possible screen options when optimizing your overall visual quality. And to quote Gary directly, if you're a technophile like me, you enjoy having a bit of choice in how you leverage your cutting-edge console's capability. As gamers, we sometimes want every ounce of power put into extra graphics features to achieve the highest image quality possible. For this, Marvel's Avengers will offer an enhanced graphics mode on PS5. At other times, we want the most fluid gameplay experience possible. For that, Marvel's Avengers will will offer a high frame rate mode on PS5, which targets 60 FPS with dynamic 4K resolution. Now, a good example of another game that currently does this on PS4 is actually that of Shadow of the Colossus, where you do have the option to play through that game using the most amount of power on the PS4 to give you a truly cinematic gameplay experience, or instead, you can opt out for the truly seamless and silky smooth 60 FPS option, which will make everything look crystal clear when playing through a game. So knowing that Marvel's Avengers will be doing the same exact thing on the next generation console of the PS5 will truly make it an interesting experience to play through however you choose. Furthermore, the GPU and CPU improvements on PS5 are exciting, but even more exciting is the introduction of an ultra-high speed SSD with lightning-fast load speeds. This is a transformative improvement in consoles that will reduce load times down to 1 or 2 seconds and enable real-time streaming of massive worlds at ridiculously fast speeds. Without any optimization work, the loading and streaming of Marvel's Avengers improved by an order of magnitude on PS5. When optimization is complete, loading content will be nearly instant, allowing players to seamlessly jump into missions anywhere in the game world. And as Iron Man flies through content-rich levels, higher resolution textures and mesh will stream in instantly, maintaining the highest possible quality all the way to the horizon. So again, Crystal Dynamics does seem extremely proud of the experience that they have managed to create while adding even more improvements for the game on the next-gen console of that of the PS5. However, I still hope that this means that the game will run just as smoothly on the PS4 and Xbox One just as well as it will on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Because if that does not end up being the case, I think they should have just waited until the next-gen console's released so that way they can fully develop it straightforward on these platforms instead of making it a cross-platform title. And speaking of the benefits that Marvel's Avengers will have on next-gen consoles, we do get a bit more information as to exactly how the game will feel due to the DualSense controller on the PS5. So with that in mind, the new PS5 DualSense controller offers advanced haptics and resistance triggers, and the console itself offers enhanced 3D audio and new platform features that allow you to jump straight into the action. We have great ideas on ways to leverage these features in Marvel's Avengers and are looking forward to seeing our players' reactions. And to finalize the article with a pretty important statement, at Crystal Dynamics, we are gamers and we have a gamer-first mentality. We want to make it easy for Marvel's Avengers players to enjoy the additional features PS5 brings to the game. Therefore, we're happy to announce that when you purchase Marvel's Avengers for the PS4 platform, either digitally or on disc, and later upgrade to a PS5, you get the PS5 version of the game with all of its enhancements free of charge. In addition, PS5 gamers can play Marvel's Avengers online with PS4 gamers, so anyone can upgrade at any time and continue playing with friends on both platforms. Marvel's Avengers launches on September 4th, 2020, and will be available on PS5 when the console launches holiday 2020. So knowing that we're going to be receiving two major AAA Marvel superhero games come the launch of the PS5 in holiday 2020, with that of Marvel's Avengers and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, it just is a really great time to be a fan of superhero video games. And seeing that Marvel's Avengers is doubling down on their overall partnership that they do have with PlayStation, it makes me wonder what other surprises there could be in store for this game on the PlayStation system. And whether or not that means that we end up receiving something as cool like that of a PS4 bundle is something we'll just have to wait and see on. And while I still am highly cautiously optimistic about the overall experience that Marvel's Avengers has shown off so far, this does at the very least reassure me that the developers are giving it their all when trying to make a truly immersive experience on both current gen and next gen hardware. And with only one day remaining for the War Table livestream to take place, I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping for the absolute best outcome as to what Square Enix decides to show off next for this game. But with all that said, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about all these major improvements that Marvel's Avengers will have on the PS5, and which feature are you looking forward to the most? If anything, given how my experience was when playing through Shadow of the Colossus, I would highly recommend that you also input the 60 FPS option when you do play the game for the first time. This option is 100% guaranteed to make the game even more visually appealing, and I can't wait to see exactly how that's going to look in motion for the game once we do see footage of it in action for the PS5 itself. But until the next news update, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, stay merry Marvelites, and peace out.
Good isn't a thing you are. It's a thing you do.
No pressure, right?